Good morning, everyone. So today we shall talk about Purvapaksha and Sidhhanta. Okay, why? Because all these days we were also dealing about concepts related to inference. Okay, and that concept is very much, and we were also talking about what is a valid reason and what is an invalid reason, isn't it? So how to identify whether it is a valid one or an invalid? Why? To establish truth or to win over your opponent. These are the only two purposes we have. Okay, so we will take a small example from Tarkashastra. So how actually a small debate kind of a thing happen, and what are the ingredients or constituents of those debate. So first of all, I should talk about what are the different kinds of knowledges we have. You all know, na? So yeah, what are those types? What are the different types of knowledges we have? Huh? So jnana of types. स्मृति और अनुभव. ये अनुभव फिर से चार टाइप है, तीन टाइप है ना, मैंने आपको तीन टाइप बोला, चार भी बोला. प्रत्यक्ष है, अनुमिति, उपमिति और शाम. इसमें कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, यहाँ तक तो सबको मालूम. अभी हम क्या करेंगे, केवल अनुमिति को एक बार देख सकते. We were talking about anumiti extensively. So this anumiti happens for yourself and also others when you are conveying something to others. So you infer for yourself and you will try to convey or convince that with others. And for yourself is called swartha. Or for others, we say as parathan. स्वार्थानुमान और परार्थानुमान. ये शब्द को देखते ही हमको पता चल जाता है ना. स्वार्थ बोले तो खुद के लिए, परार्थ बोले तो दूसरों को. हम एक उदाहरण यहाँ लेंगे. ये उदाहरण शायद मैंने पहले भी बताया. एक बड़ा सा रोड है, हाईवे है. ओके, मैं सब कुछ नहीं देख पा रहा हूँ, वो थोड़ा अंधकार है, स्ट्रीट लाइट नहीं. दूर से कुछ आवाज आ रहा है. सो मेरा अनुभव ये है कि ऐसा हेवी साउंड आता है तो वहां हेवी व्हीकल है. सो देयर इज एन हेवी व्हीकल व्हिच इज अप्रोचिंग टुवर्ड्स मी, हेंस आई शुड नॉट क्रॉस द रोड. I infer. So that is because of my vyapti jnana and my example and my correlation, and then I am inferring and I am not. In this case, I am not talking to anyone. I am not trying to convince others that there is a heavy vehicle coming, hence you don't move along. But if I have my friend with me, or somebody who don't have ears, something like that, or he is talking in a phone, something that he is not attentive towards the approaching heavy vehicle. So what should I do? I should talk. I should talk to him. Hey, there is a heavy vehicle coming. Because I can hear that sound, we should not cross. I say this. So this is called as para. This might be one example for para. Okay? And all the pararthanuman should have some constituents. Did we talk about 5 sentences in our previous lecture? No. So this pararthanuman have 5 sentences which are called Matignya, Hey, we did this now, but once again I just want to say because it's very new to you all. Yeah, प्रतिज्ञा, हेतु, उदाहरण, उपनय और निगमन, ये 5 वाक्यों का उपयोग हम करते हैं. It is prescribed by the Shastra to use at least these 5 sentences while conveying or convincing others that whatever you are inferring, when you are trying to convince others, you will use these 5 sentences. Okay, so what is the first sentence? So before I proceed, I want to ask you, do you understand what is sadhya, paksha and hetu by now? Everyone, paksha, sadhya और हेतु क्या है ये मालूम है ना सबको, क्योंकि ये अहम चीज है. It is very much fundamental for this course. If you don't know that, you are lost. If you are lost, you should again write the examination for sure. Okay, so I will tell you what is pratigna once again in the exam. So pratigna ये है कि ये आपको मालूम है क्या है, पक्ष में साध्य है, यही प्रतिज्ञा है. What is the paksha? Where you want to infer something, that is your paksha. For example, I want to say that this class is very calm, it is very attentive because there is no other sound that I can hear, something like that. In this statement, this class is the paksha. Very attentive, being very attentive, attentiveness is the sadhya, and the hetu is not in a state to hear any other sounds other than the lecturer's voice. Yeah, understood? So this is the pratigna. What is hetu? Hetu, reason. हेतु है रीजन, और तीसरा होता है उदाहरण. ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. हमने 2 तरह की व्याप्ति को देखे हैं ना. Do you remember we have been talking about 2 types of vyaptis? What are those things? Anvaya and Vyatireka. And simplest expression for those 2 are wherever there is H, there is S is one type. Where there is no S, there you don't have H. The second. Yeah. So what does a udaharana do? So the udaharana actually expresses the vyapti along with an example. Example is also there. Udaharana, the literal translation of udaharana is example. But there is not only the example, but there is also the trace of vyapti. It is trying to convey the vyapti also. So vyapti between what? Hetu and sadhya. Definite correlation between hetu and sadhya is expressed in the udaharana along with an example. अभी देखिए, अभी परीक्षा आने वाला है 31 को आप लोग आप लिखेंगे, उसमें आपको बड़ा बड़ा पेजों में बड़ा कुछ भी नहीं लिखना. देखिए मार्क ज्यादा होते हैं. हम जो प्रश्न देने वाले हैं उसका मार्क होता है 10 मार्क 20 मार्क. हम अभी तक कैसा करते थे, मैं भी करता था यूनिवर्सिटी में. 20 मार्क प्रश्न का उत्तर कितने पेजों में लिखना है? 4 पेजों में लिखो, 3 पेजों में लिखो. ऐसा कुछ भी इस कोर्स में नहीं है, बड़ा बड़ा लिखने का जरूरत नहीं। नंबर वन आपको समझना है कि क्वेश्चन क्या है। क्वेश्चन डायरेक्ट नहीं होगा, आप परार्थानुमान के ऊपर 20 सेंटेंस लिखिए, ऐसा नहीं होगा। इसलिए मैं बहुत क्या बोलते हैं, ट्राई कर रहा हूँ कैसा प्रश्न पत्र को निर्माण करना। वो मुझको भी पहला है, फर्स्ट ऑफ इट्स काइंड फॉर मी आल्सो, यू कैन कम। सो आपको कैसा लिखना है? पहला है प्रश्न बड़ा होता है, आपका समाधान छोटा हो सकता है, ये थोड़ा अलग अलग कॉन्सेप्ट है। సార్ క్లాస్లో ఉన్నానండి, నేను 12 తర్వాత కాల్ చేస్తాను. నేను 2 తర్వాత నేను కాల్ చేస్తాను సార్, నేను 2 తర్వాత మాట్లాడతాను. రైట్ థ్యాంక్ యూ. ओके, अभी बोल रहा था प्रश्न पत्र लंबा होता है, आपका समाधान पत्र लंबा भी हो सकता है, लघु भी हो सकता है। मैं आपका राइटिंग स्किल्स को नहीं देखने वाला हूं। आई एम नॉट हियर टू सी योर राइटिंग स्किल्स, हाउ एलैबोरेटेड इज द स्टूडेंट राइटिंग एंड ऑल. नो, आई एम ओनली सीइंग वेदर द स्टूडेंट इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग द कॉन्सेप्ट एंड अप्लाइंग दैट कॉन्सेप्ट ऑन, because you all are PG students and hereafter you are industry ready, you are ready for the industry. The world is seeking good counselors in the form of you. Okay, I am only testing whether you are a good counselor or not, for me according to the Indian psychology lens. That's it I want to do. Okay, you be prepared that to understand the question paper I might take 30 minutes, no problem. आप 30 minutes क्वेश्चन पेपर पढ़ने के लिए लगता है, ये मैं बोल रहा हूँ आपको पहले ही बोल। क्वेश्चन पेपर पढ़ने के लिए, समझने के लिए 30 मिनट्स लगेंगे, वो भी टेस्ट का अंतर्गत है। अंडरस्टैंडिंग द क्वेश्चन इज आल्सो द पार्ट ऑफ द टेस्ट। समाधान क्या देना है उसके हिसाब से आपको मार्क, और वो समाधान कैसा देना है आपका मर्जी, क्रिएटिव हो सकते हैं, मुझको ऐसा भी समझ में आता है, आप इंग्लिश में लिखेंगे तो भी समझ में आता है, आप हिंदी भी लिख सकते हैं, मुझको हिंदी भी थोड़ा बहुत आता है, हिंदी भी लिखिए, मुझको कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं। ओके, केवल ये है कि कॉन्सेप्ट को आप टारगेट कर रहे हैं कि नहीं, वो आंसर कॉन्सेप्ट को लग रहा है कि नहीं लग रहा, वो ही हम देखने वाले हैं इस टेस्ट में। और इसमें कथाएं होंगे, यू विल हैव गुड स्टोरीज, सो यू कैन एंजॉय द स्टोरी। Okay, you have two advantages. You will read a story, that is the number one, you will be entertained. Okay, you will be entertained, you will understand, and then you will try to apply. Try to do that. Okay, I will be not very hard on giving marks. Okay, if I really find some that yes, my students have learned something, I will be very, I'm a kind person there. Okay, but the only thing is that don't think as we all were thinking all these days, लंबा लिखेंगे तो लंबा बहुत मार्क आएंगे, ऐसा भ्रम में आप मत रखिएगा। वो व्याप्ति नहीं, वो व्याप्ति का भंग हो चुका है, वो आप दिमाग में रखिए। और आपका जो मित्र है उनको भी बोलिए ये थोड़ा अलग सा बंदा है, ऐसा करने वाला है, क्योंकि आप सब नहीं है ना, उनको थोड़ा परिचय है इनसे, ये थोड़ा अलग सा करने वाला है, इसीलिए आप बी प्रिपेयर्ड। ओके, थैंक यू वेरी मच। नाउ वी विल कम बैक। सो हियर वी हैव this udaharana which is telling about the reality and also is giving an example. And the fourth one, उपनय क्या करता है? एग्जाम्पल को और पक्ष को कोरिलेट करता है, कोरिलेटिंग द एग्जाम्पल विद द पक्ष। कोरिलेटिंग द एग्जाम्पल विद पक्ष, ये हमारा उपनय है। और अंत में कंक्लूजन, कंक्लूजन क्या है? स्टेटमेंट नंबर 1 प्लस स्टेटमेंट नंबर 2 इज इक्वल टू कंक्लूजन। क्योंकि यहाँ धुआं निकल रहा है, इसमें अग्नि है, बिकॉज सम स्मोक इज कमिंग आउट ऑफ दिस माउंटेन हैज फायर। ये मेरा कंक्लूजन। ओके, ये समझ में आ गया ना? अभी इसको उपयोग करके, क्योंकि मैं जब जब दूसरों से संवाद करता हूं और दूसरों को मनाना चाहता हूं, कन्विंस, मनाना बोले तो यहाँ कन्विंस करना चाहता हूं, मैं शब्द को ही उपयोग करने वाला हूं। शब्द को मैं जब उपयोग करता हूं, मुझको अच्छा या बुरा शब्द से ही निकलना है जी। मैं भी 5 वाक्यों का उपयोग करता हूं, मेरा प्रत्यर्थी भी 5 वाक्यों का उपयोग करता है, और ये दोनों वाक्यों का उपयोग करने के बाद युक्ति से विचार करते हैं। युक्ति से विचार करने के बाद इस हेतु में दोष है, इस पक्ष में दोष है, इस साध में दोष है, ऐसा दोष को उत्थापन करने से वो जो संवाद है वो खत्म हो जाता है। इसके अंत में क्या मिलेगा? एक मिलेगा क्या अच्छा है, क्या असल है, व्हाट इज द ट्रूथ, ये एक पता कर सकते हैं। दूसरा है उनको हराना और जीतना, ये भी होगा। तो हम एक छोटा सा एक उदाहरण देके ये सब हम देखें। आप सबको छाया मालूम है ना? शैडो, यू ऑल नो शैडो ना? शैडो। नाउ वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड, वी हैव टू गो बैक टू वन दर्शन व्हिच इज कॉल्ड एज तर्क शास्त्र। ओके, उसमें क्या बोलते हैं? केवल 9 द्रव्य हैं इस जगत में, 9 द्रव्य हैं। There are only 9 dravyas. So see, the entire universe is divided into elements, and these elements are called as padartha. Okay, they say that there are only 7 padarthas. I will tell you. Entire universe only have 7 entities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. So what are those things? You don't remember everything. I am just giving you the scenario of the debate between 2 parties. Okay? Number 1, ये बोलते हैं कि द्रव्य, गुण, कर्म, सामान्य, विशेष, समवाय और जस्ट एक स्टोरी को जैसा आप सुनते हैं वैसा सुनिए। ये सब नाम है, और the entire universe is filled with only these 7 elements. These are called as padarthas. And dravya, I will talk about dravya more now, and others in a small. Okay, what is dravya? So dravya is that which have guna and karma. द्रव्य जो वो है जिसमें गुण और कर्म है। कर्म क्या है? कर्म का अर्थ है एक्शन, मूवमेंट, ये कर्म। गुण का अर्थ क्या? क्वालिटी। अभी देखिए, हम किसी व्यक्ति को देखेंगे तो कैसा उनको समझते हैं? उनके हाइट से समझते हैं, वेट से कभी कभी समझ सकते हैं, शेप, कलर, ये सब जो है ये सब क्वालिटी। ये जो क्वालिटी है ये 24 प्रकार में बताया है, वो सब आपको अभी अनावश्यक। बहुत आफ्टर मेनी डेज आई एम सीइंग यू इन माय क्लास। सो ये 24 तरह का है, ये जो गुण जो है ये 24 तरह, ये 24 तरह का गुण द्रव्य में हो सकता है। और कितना द्रव्य है? अभी तक आपको द्रव्य क्या है पता चल गया ना? सॉलिड, which might be solid also. Liquid is also a द्रव्य. Water is also a द्रव्य. Why? We can see water. It has some color. You don't say that water don't have color. According to the Western science, yes, water don't have color. But here we say that there is some color. Having no color and water's color is different, they say. So that is why they say that there is some color. And you can count water, na? Liters, not only liters. Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, like that also. And also I can count if I have 2 water bottles here and something here, 1, 2, 3, I can count. Whenever I am in a state to count something, it has number, and number is a quality. So in this way, there are many qualities and action in the dravyas. And now we should understand what are the dravyas. So what are the dravyas? So dravyas are of 9 types. पृथ्वी, जल, क्या तीसरा क्या है? तेज, तेज का है अग्नि, अग्नि और वायु, उसके बाद वायु के पास बाद आकाश, आकाश के बाद क्या है? नहीं है कुछ। दिख, ओ कैसा? Okay, no problem. So आत्मा के मन बाद मन
with the eye. Pick up the eye. And then try to.
oh अभी देखोगे द्रव्य क्या क्या है। पहला है पृथ्वी। पृथ्वी का ये अर्थ है जो अर्थ से आता, हम सब पृथ्वी के भाग ही हैं, हम जो खा रहे हैं वो सब पृथ्वी है। So everything we eat, everything comes from the earth. So anything made out of earth can be called as Prithvi, and all the Prithvi will have smell. That is how I can understand. So smell is the definition of the same way jal, you all know na, water. उसको definition है, फिर भी आपको अग्नि, fire. Okay, do you say this is fire? But here we say that also as tejas. So tejas is not fire. Heat and light, all this. Eyes also have some tejas. Water. Yeah. No. Water is a different dravya. We take it as a different, even though there are some parts where like we eat sambar. Okay. So you have vegetables and you also have water in it. You have tamarind, you have salt. So it's a composer, what you say? Composition of many things. Huh? In that way, some things are composed. Combination of different elements, but water is also one dravya. And tejas, whichever has heat, and you might say this don't have heat, but if you are really very near to that, you might feel. So in the same way, somebody might ask me, moonlight don't have heat in it, but it is reflecting from a far away place. Hence, you are not feeling it, but there will be some heat. So that is how we differentiate. And fourth one is Vayu, air. So air, you know, everywhere, which is moving always, which is everywhere. and after that आकाश. आकाश का अर्थ क्या है? Sky? Space. Sky नहीं. आकाश का अर्थ है space. Proximity between anything. My stomach also have lot of space. I should feel it now and then. Yeah. So everything has space. My nose has space. That is why oxygen is going inside, or the air is going inside. If there is no space, it might not. Okay, that is why our body is called as pancha bhautik. पंचभूतों का वहां है. पृथ्वी है, जल है, तेज है, वायु है, आकाश है. Okay. So उसके बाद काल, टाइम, दिक, डायरेक्शन. दिक का अर्थ है डायरेक्शन. और मेरे पास आत्मा में जो रेस्पॉन्ड कर रहा है, जो सुन रहा है, इसके बारे में बहुत बात किया. योर सेल्फ, कॉन्शियसनेस, मनस, इसके बारे में भी बहुत काम किया है. मनस और बुद्धि के ऊपर बहुत विचार किया है. सो ये 9 द्रव्य, 9. Direction is one. There is only one direction. We divided that into 4 for our own usability, convenience. There is only one direction. Like there is only one time. We have divided that to be past, present, and future for our convenience to understand. But there is only one time. There is only one Atma, according to Advaita Vedanta. But we have taken a small example in our previous class. Parts. How do Atma divide? So this manas is the ingredient which divides it. It's just like this. So we have many mirrors to this wall. Many means many. And there is only one person here. If he sees that there are many people. For a fraction of a second. There are many reflections. In the same way, this consciousness is one, but it is reflecting in the mirror called manas. The same consciousness is reflecting in the mirror called manas, and we are perceiving that we are many. Sarthak is different. Shrita is different. I am different. And I only know what is the question paper. You don't know what is the question paper. If we all were the same, the transactional world, you all knew the question paper. There is nothing of an examination at all. Why should I examine myself? But why we are transacting, why we are still in this transaction world, the manas is the differential. My manas is different. Understood? Yeah. So this is the background. Nothing I started till now. This is only the background. Because you have to understand what is Dravya. And I am not going to ask what is Dravya in the question paper. Please. I am only giving you a scenario where there are two different parties who are arguing, debating between themselves. You will understand that. You will apply that in a different story. Day after tomorrow, not day after tomorrow, on the 31st. Okay? Day after. That's wrong. So for me, if you understand today's class, it's enough to attend the examination. Really, if you understand, don't need to by heart anything or something like that. Only if you understand today's class, you will answer one question for sure. And it will fetch you 30 to 40 marks. I think so. Okay? So I am actually giving you the question paper. See, I am that is generous lecturer for you. So can I? Yeah, otherwise I can go up also. हाँ, ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं. अरे it's very smart यार. So I need one at my home also. I should have one like this. Very nice. So, yeah, you can always come. Yeah. So keeping this in the background, okay, two parties are arguing that there is another dravya. So what is the qualifier to be a dravya? It has to have guna and karma. And if I say that when I am walking, my shadow is also moving, isn't it? Whenever we walk, and if I switch off some of those lights, the shadow is more seen. The light is only from one side, and I am moving, my shadow will also move. And I can recognize my shadow, isn't it? When I see down somewhere, I can recognize. So क्या हो रहा है? उसमें क्या क्या है? उसमें गुण है और कर्म भी है. It is moving and also it has a dark color to it. We can see that if that don't have a color, I couldn't see it, isn't it? So there is one paksha, party number one. So he's saying that because छाया को ही हम अंधकार भी बोलते हैं ना. अंधकार तभी हम अच्छी तरह से जान सकते हैं जब वहां थोड़ा दिया है, थोड़ा लाइट है, तो अंधकार को जान सकते. नहीं तो सब जगह अंधकार ही अंधकार है, उसको हम रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं कर सकते. छाया को ही हम अंधकार भी बोलते हैं बिकॉज छाया मूवमेंट एंड कलर. It is the first statement there. So what are they establishing in the first place? They are establishing that you have enlisted only 9 dravyas still. I want Chaya as the 10th dravya. You did not establish that to be a different dravya. Now I want to do that. Okay. So for that, first point is that it should be classified under the category called dravya. To do that, we have to identify quality and action, karma, movement. So I did that, hence Chaya is a dravya. Now the Purvapakshi or the other party has a question. They say that, so you are understanding this slide, Purvapaksha and Sidhhanta. So the Sidhhanta is asking a question, Sidhhanti is asking a question. It might be one among these 9. So we have classified the entire dravya into 9. So Chaya will be one, it can be one among the 9. The question. Now what should he do? He should defend that, he should say that no, Chaya is not one among these 9. So how will he do that? Yeah. How should we do that? Again, in this, we know this paksha, sadhya और हेतु. हम पक्ष को बोलेंगे, साधु को बोलेंगे और हेतु को भी. जैसा हमने बोल रहे थे, राहुल गांधी is the Prime Minister of India because he is a human being. Yeah. Something like that. It might be wrong, true, something. So they have to make statements. So what is the first thing? तो ये बोल रहे हैं कि छाया पृथ्वी नहीं है. छाया is not पृथ्वी, or Chaya is not a subtype of Prithvi because it does not have smell. सो आप दूसरा वाला बोले, यहाँ पक्ष क्या है, साध्य क्या है और हेतु क्या है? छाया पक्ष है। अच्छा, और छाया पृथ्वी का अंतर्भाग नहीं है क्योंकि उसमें गंध नहीं है। इस स्टेटमेंट में पक्ष क्या है? पृथ्वी। क्यों?
Because fire is not.
That is why I am saying you don't see the reality. Don't assume that in your real world. You should assume inside your brain. It is the cognition. In that cognition, what is the location? छाया ही पक्ष है। मैं क्या बोलना चाहता हूँ, छाया पृथ्वी का अंतर्भाग नहीं है। इसका अर्थ है छाया में मैं कुछ इंफर कर रहा हूँ। It is the subjection, it is the locus of my sadhya. Okay. Understood everyone? No? अभी देखिए, ये स्टेटमेंट आपको समझ में आया क्या? छाया पृथ्वी का अंतर्भाग नहीं है क्योंकि उसमें गंध नहीं। अभी आप ये नहीं बोलेंगे कि छाया पहला उच्चारण है। आई एम यूजिंग द वर्ड छाया फर्स्ट, हेंस इट इज पक्षा। नो, I can use sadhya first and paksha next. I can jumble. I can do anything. You have to understand that I am trying to infer that shadow is not a subtype of prithvi. Hence, shadow is my paksha. I am not inferring shadow now. I have taken for granted that I too know what is shadow and you too know what is shadow. So I am not inferring shadow there. What am I inferring? I am inferring that it is not a subtype of something. Hence, chaya is the paksha. Not in the category of prithvi is my sadhya. And my hetu, because it don't have smell. Because it don't have smell. Now, this is the hetu. Clear till now? Now, can you make the other three statements here? We are talking about pratignya, hetu, udaharan, panaya और निगमन। थोड़ा उपयोग कीजिए। आप अभी तक सीख रहे थे ना, थोड़ा उसको एप्लीकेशन कीजिए। प्रतिज्ञा भी हो गया, यहाँ हेतु भी है। Because it don't have smell, that is the hetu. So third statement क्या है? Example. उदाहरण में क्या करते हैं? व्याप्ति को बोलते हुए आप एक उदाहरण दें।
Yes. There is no smell.
Yeah. What is the दृष्टांत? पक्ष से दृष्टांत अलग है। हम फिर से एक बार हमारा पर्वत के पास जाएंगे तो this mountain has fire because it has smoke. Wherever there is smoke, there is fire. Like in my yajñashala, homshala.
But in this example, if we say chaya is the function and Prithvi is the sadhana.
No, it's not a subtype of Prithvi. It's
not a subtype. That's
so how many of you think that it is a bouncer? Everything went away.
Okay, now I understand. It's not about. I was considering fear the sun. That's what then because the first get
So that is why identifying what you wanted to infer or what the person is making the statement wants to infer, you have to understand. That is why it will take more than 30 minutes to understand the question paper itself. Don't worry. Once you understand the question paper, writing the answers are very, very easy. So what are the expressions I gave you for Vyap? I gave you two expressions. Wherever there is an H, there is S.
Wherever there
is no smell.
There is no harm. There is no smell. So whenever there is no smell, there is no country.
It's not a subtype of Prithvi. So whatever don't have smell is not a subtype of Prithvi like Chaya is our Paksha, so not that. Another example.
But we said gel.
Gel, water, Tejas, fire, Vayu, all these things don't have smell. So then you might ask me, we have two sticks. It has smell, na? It is Vayu, na? You can ask me. Why are you not asking?
Yeah.
So you should ask. You don't have doubts.
But then if you
and you have fire also there.
Yeah.
And fire also has
there is
smell. Whenever I go to Yajnishala, I feel some smell.
It smells.
Smell something. So why are you not asking all these questions? Because in the Yajnishala, I pour lot of cow ghee to it. It is the smell of that cow ghee, not the fire itself. The pure form of fire don't have any smell. The pure form of air don't have any smell right now. If nobody is having any deodorant or something, we don't smell anything. Yeah? So smell is an attribute only to the Prithvi. Hence, so here this third statement will be whatever don't have smell is not a subtype of Prithvi, like water, air, etc. So that is the third statement. What will be my fourth statement? Correlation. When I am correlating.
Like I is not a subject.
It is the last, it will be the conclusion. Before that, we were talking about Upanaya. Upanaya is the correlation between the example and the function. Yeah. Light, water, air are not a subtype of Prithvi. My Chaya is not also not the same. Not like this. Okay, that is my fourth statement. And fifth statement is because Chaya don't have smell, it is not a subtype of Prithvi. Are you getting me? So actually, when we are debating, we will not take this much time on each and every point. Both the debaters who are arguing understand some things and go. But if you are analyzing each and every point, it should be something like this. And when you are analyzing, when you are knowing the process, you can intervene somewhere and say that yes, this is wrong. In your thinking, this is wrong. You should have thought something like this, but it is not right. That is how you will identify the flaw. Okay, we'll try to do this 2 or 3 more times. Okay. Okay, number 1 we did it. So number 1 is that again we should come back to the story where we stopped. It's a very long story. We'll go only after 1:32 p.m. today. Fix yourself. Don't expect that I will go by 12. My friend is waiting somewhere. Huh? Today we have to do it long. Next Saturday also it will be like that. Okay, if you really want to do something in your exam. Now, if we come back, what is he saying? He is saying that Chaya is a different Dravya, and this fellow is saying that it might be one amongst the 9. So for that he is retaliating like this. Chaya is not a subtype of Prithvi because it don't have smell. Okay. इसमें हम डिटेल्ड एनालिसिस भी कर दिया, वो सब आप यहाँ रख दीजिए, लिख दीजिएगा। अभी दूसरा, अभी ये बोल सकता है कि छाया पृथ्वी नहीं है तो जल हो सकता है ना, तो इसको समाधान देना पड़ेगा। ये बोलेगा छाया इज नॉट जल बिकॉज it does not have what cold, what is it, cold sparsha, क्या बोलते हैं, cool बोलते हैं क्या, liquidness, coldness, something. Liquidity means flowing, so chaya will not flow because it doesn't have liquidity. वेटनेस बोल सकते हैं, वेटनेस बोल सकते हैं, कोल्ड टच भी बोल सकते हैं। There are many reasons. So अभी आपको बाकियों को बनाना है। अभी मैंने आपको दो स्टेटमेंट दे दिया, प्रतिज्ञा दे दिया। प्रतिज्ञा क्या है? छाया जल का अंतर्गत नहीं, shadow is not a subtype of water is the pratignya. And what is the reason? Because chaya don't flow, chaya is not wet, shadow is not wet, and shadow is not cold. I can't feel it by touching it. Okay, so I have given you two statements. Now you feel. What is the third statement? Example. So the formula you have to remember is wherever there is H, there is S, or wherever there is no S, there is no H. Yes, like cage, page, yeah, like fire, like pot, like a laptop, all these. Yeah, so that is what, that is the third one. You write that down once or twice, you will understand what is happening. Otherwise, it will again be a bouncer. Yeah, repeat that. So you do the second, whatever. Because the light. ये ओलेस में कब आएगा? नहीं आएगा। ओके, okay. What will be the fourth statement? बनाया।
So it's similar. Like by a laptop,
yes. Shadow is like laptop or something. So we are correlating the udaharana or the example Sidhhanta. That is the fourth statement. And the fifth statement is
because shadow doesn't have when it's made, when it's doing some type of gel.
So the combination of statement number 2 and 1 is the fifth statement. Yeah, part of what? It is not a subtype of what? Yeah, clear till now? Can I move on?
Yes.
तीसरा, अभी मुझको बोलना है कि छाया तेज नहीं है, कैसा बोलूंगा?
Shadow on the sunlight that fire because it doesn't have heat.
Yes, because it doesn't have heat. Yeah, like water. Yes. 4 statements.
Shadow is like water and whatever things and akash.
Okay.
And therefore, because shadow doesn't have this point is not part of anything.
That's it. So when you are exercising, training your brain, 4th and 5th statements will come automatically. Only once or twice you have to train. Yeah. Clear? If you are not clear, please ask me. Even the people who are online, you can ask me. Can you hear me? People who are online?
Yes, sir.
Can you see the board?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can we move on? Now you tell me what should he say? This Purvapaksha. So now he is telling that Chaya is not a subtype of Tejas. What should he say here?
And you're not compared to anyone else.
So telling that before you prove that it is not a subtype of all the 9 things, you have to prove that it is not a subtype of each and everything, na?
For each and everything. So now you're having it.
Majority नहीं ना
70s.
पैसा कुछ नहीं अभी 70% में नहीं है ऐसा हम मान लेंगे फिर भी 71st पार्ट हो सकता है ना नो पॉसिबिलिटी उसको प्रूव करना या why how will you say
You want some type of file because it's not getting.
Chaya is not implicate. Great, good one. Any another reason? Breathe Chaya. Or can you touch Vayu? Can you feel Vayu? No. Feel it, na? You cannot feel Chaya,
Yes.
isn't it? So now you tell me, I will write.
I not some type of file or something else. You cannot touch it. You cannot touch. You cannot feel it. You cannot feel it.
Because I cannot feel it. Touch me. Like
Like what?
like what? Like age, yes.
It's a never-ending.
Oh. I think can't minimize more. Yeah. So till now we told that Chaya is not a subtype of Prithvi, Jala, Teja and Vayu. And I can consolidate all these four things and say that Chaya is not a subtype of Prithvi, Jala, Teja, and Vayu because I cannot touch. And I can touch all these four things. Touch and feel Prithvi, Jala, Vayu, Tejas. That also I can.
Okay, I can combine all of this and
Four
and
things. Okay, understood?
we didn't have to do all the qualifications.
But I did that because we will get an access. Okay, so all these four things I can consolidate. I can consolidate all these four things. Say that 1, 2, 3, and 4 as Chaya is not a subtype of Prithvi, Jala, Teja, and Vayu because it does not have sparsha. और इसका भी आप तीसरा, चौथा, पांचवा वाक्य बना। तीसरा क्या हो सकता है? What will be the उदाहरण वाक्य? Yes. And this light. Yes. You cannot touch time. You can touch watch. Not like that. Okay. Good. Clear. Akash. Yes. 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 So, what will be the other? How can I exclude Chaya or shadow from the other 5 things? So, till now we have excluded it from the 4 dravyas, Prithvi, Jala, Tejas, and Vayu. Now I want to exclude that from Akash, Kal, Dik, Atma, or Manas. Consolidated one, because now you understood how to do, but I don't want to waste time. So, how will I exclude from all these 5 things? What is the similarity? Why am I able to see? Yes, yes. Now you prepare. Yes. And Manas, because it has color. Yes, yes, yes. So Chaya is not a subtype of Akasha, Kala, Dik, Atma, and Manas because it has color. Light,
Like fire.
like anything, like anything which has color, like cupboard, anything. Okay, so for that, how should you do? Whatever has color is not a subtype of Akasha, Kala, Dik, Atma, Manas, like a lamp. That will be your third statement. Fourth statement.
Shadow inside.
In this sense. So shadow is like laptop in the sense that it is not a subtype of Akash, Kala, Dik, Atma, Manas. And the fifth statement is because it is having color, it's not a subtype of Akash, Kala, Dik, Atma. Understood? You have to write this once for your brain. Training. If you are not training it right now, you should find some other way while writing the examination. And my examination is also not on this C. I will not ask you to write all the 5 statements. I will give you a situation. You should analyze using some concept. You might use this or anything. So till now understood everything. So what is he saying? So the consolidation of the entire till now, what he wants to say? He wants to say that Chaya is not a subtype of all the 9 dravyas because it is not one among them. That's what I have. If you take this